tomorrow into recovery, I wanted to talk a bit about the pros and cons, the good, the bad, the ugly of the first week. So the good honestly happened for me immediately. The first thing that happened when I opened my eyes was I started crying and they said, "What's wrong? What's wrong? You know, are you in pain? We're gonna deal with it." And I just said, "I'm just so happy." That's honestly what happened. I am happier than I could have ever imagined being. So a pro, the number one pro is that you're gonna be happy you did it. If you are really ready for this surgery, nothing should be able to bring you down, at least for the first 24 to 48 hours. I do know that some people get post-op depression. I haven't really experienced any depression other than my usual depression. I'm lucky that I have mostly had support and a couple visitors, and things seem to be going well post-op. So that is the big pro. Obviously, my dysphoria is much better. I was really worried that I was going to freak out about my stomach, which has kind of grown a little bit, it's wax and wane really since I've been bulking, but I know I'll take care of it, and I just try to keep my hips in perspective, and right now just be happy about my chest. And I know and I understand that my chest is just going to look better and better over time as I take care of it and it heals. Right now it looks pretty gnarly, but I've got drains in, so I certainly feel just more whole and at ease. It's amazing how much brain space that my top dysphoria was causing and taking up. It was just crazy. I mean, I was thinking about it nonstop. I was having nightmares and dreams about it, daydreams. I was so anxious and depressed all the time, and now I'm just so calm and relieved. It's just amazing, and that really is instantaneous. Honestly, it's just a major boost. I feel immediately more masculine. I feel happier. I feel more put together, more at ease, more myself, more comfortable. Everything that I was hoping to get out of top surgery, I got. As far as emotionally, and I'm very happy with the way the chest is now. Again, I know it's going to change, so we'll have to see, but it was a good start. Most people have to get revisions. I knew that I was going to have to do an in-office revision, which in a couple months, which is really not so bad. The bad things, there are a couple. I mean, it's really frustrating to not be able to do things yourself. Something that I'm used to in the sense that I, was bedridden for my chronic illness for almost 9 months. So I know what it's like. What does help is that I know it's temporary. I know for a fact that it's temporary. And my mom's been a real champ. So, yeah, it's frustrating, but I know also that when I get the drains out tomorrow, I should be able to move my arms a little more and be a little bit more independent. Obviously, I do need to still be careful, and I still won't have a huge amount of range of motion, but it will get better with time. Pain obviously is not great. I'm used to being in pain every day, so everybody has different pain tolerance, but I haven't been on narcotics. I took narcotics twice. Once they gave it to me, they forced me to have it after surgery, and I had narcotic one night. I think it was the third night. That was actually when I was in the most amount of pain. But really my pain is not actually my scars across my chest, it's just incisional where the drains are. So that brings me to the next thing that sucks, the drains. It is gross, creepy, kind of scary. It can be overwhelming if you've never dealt with anything like that before. I thought I was going to pass out the first time I emptied them myself, which I think was day 3. They go from a almost blood-looking color to kind of a yellow. At this point, mine switched between this orange-red and yellow-orange. Just uncomfortable, and it's annoying because they get in the way, and you can't really close the shirt without looking ridiculous. get to master really 100% where I like it to hang on my shirt or whatever. I mean, you could in theory hang it on your pants, but you have to be really careful if you do that, especially if you have a really long torso. I mean, you have to take a lot of medications. Well, I already take a lot of medications, but you have to take a couple of medications, like arnica is good to take, and you're going to be on an antibiotic for 7 days, twice a day. A stool softener because you're going to be backed up pretty much guaranteed from the anesthesia as well as narcotic. So that's annoying. Really just, the limitations and the amount of care. Your chest almost becomes like your baby, but all of these negatives are worth it, and so many of them are temporary, and it really just doesn't compare to the positives to me. I couldn't be happier and more relieved that I did it, and I would do it all over again. So those are the pros and cons, the good, the bad, the ugly of the first week